Urzatron, also known as Tron, is the nickname for the card trio Urza's Power Plant, Urza's Mine, and Urza's Tower. When combined with these three onto the battlefield, you would net 7 colorless mana amongst those 3 lands. The suffix Tron is originally derived from Voltron, the Japanese animated series which features several small robots that combine into one large robot. The original printing, which was Antiquities, which has a black border, was also reprinted in Chronicles, 5th, 8th, 9th, as well as Masters Edition 4. Most recently, it was also reprinted not only as a common card, but also as a rare in Double Masters. The rare is known as the borderless Tron because it has no border. Speaking of borders, it's worth also noting that the original Antiquities came as a black bordered card with the Antiquities set. The reason this is worth mentioning is because the Chronicles version also has the exact same set symbol. But if you notice, the original has black as a border and Chronicles has white. This is important because Antiquities is far more expensive than Chronicles, relatively speaking. The most expensive version of this, at least as of this recording, is the Double Masters Rare Borderless version, most likely because it's harder to get and it's newer. So, the other thing worth talking about is that in the original, there were 4 different versions of each of the 3 lands. This includes in the Power Plant, the Bug, Columns, Rock and Pot, Sphere, in the Mine, Face, Clawed Sphere, Pulley, Tower, and in the Towers, the Forest, Shore, Mountain, and Plains. My personal favorite probably being the Forest, and then the Pulley, and then I gotta say that the Columns has gotta be my favorite in terms of the Power Plant. Now, there is another thing called Tron, which is all about Tron, but it's actual different deck builds that are called Tron. So for example, you might have a mono white Urzatron or a Tron deck, or you might have a Urzatron deck. Or more recently, if playing Commander, you may have a Golos deck that goes and fetches Tron for you. Because, of course, in your 99, you can only have 1 of each. But in other formats, such as Modern, you would be running 4 of each of these 3, which in the end would net you an obscene amount of colorless mana. There are even Tron decks and Commander decks that would run Tron because it just can be levered so efficiently and so effectively. One other land of note was actually printed in Time Spiral called Urza's Factory. It is the only card to have Urza as its sole land type and was designed such you can tap 7 colorless mana to bring in a 2/2 assembly worker token each turn. Other things to talk about in terms of Tron is the love-hate relationship that the community has for Tron. You either love Tron or you hate Tron. Which of them are you? A Tron hater or a Tron lover? I personally love Tron, but that doesn't mean you have to. It is a very effective and very unique land set all the way back from Antiquities with fairly minimal reprints, relatively speaking. But it is certainly a fun and efficient way to net yourself a huge amount of mana. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, hit that like button, hit the alerts if you don't want to miss out on our other content, and check out our other episodes. We really appreciate you tuning in, and we look forward to uploading more content for you on the regular.